We had I think it was the 13th largest snowstorm we've ever had in the state. We had like 15 inches of snow over a day or two, so it's... Fuck, I may as well have a billboard now on how high up it is. 2 feet right there. Looking at probably more than that. Probably closer to like 3 feet right now. It's so far this winter. Winter just started. All the joys of Minnesota. Don't we just love Minnesota? Come on by. Our sports teams are dog shit and you'll freeze your fucking ass off if you don't die in a snowy car accident. Then I'm out of focus. And I look terrible. Today? That doesn't happen.
Guys, we have a great Between the Pond in store, but before we get into the episode, I sincerely want to thank the episode sponsor, once again, Reaper Precious Metals. You guys, use promo code PONDMAN to get 5% off superior hand-poured silver bullion products. There is a link in the video description below. Check out Reaper Precious Metals. Go follow them on social media. They've been a really great sponsor here. They sponsored a ton of episodes. They make really cool silver bullion products. I myself have a bunch of them. Please go check them out, give them some business. And with that, let's get into it. Reaper Precious Metals, Reaper Precious Metals, Reaper Precious Metals, hand-poured silver, superior bullion products. Get Reaper Precious Metals, use the promo code below. Like I said, I keep doing songs that my sponsors didn't ask for, and I have no musical abilities whatsoever. I'm very artistic. I could draw, paint, do martial arts. I can do anything artistically, except anything related to music. I am a Jewish stereotype when it comes to having no rhythm, so... Oh, these poor sponsors, they didn't ask for this shit, but boy, they're gonna get it. Reaper! I have so much stuff to do right now. I do not have time to be fucking around like this. God damn it, back to work. Let's see, is my head on straight? Yep, all right.
Is it?
Well, everything's straight with me.
All right, there's the flashy one.
Okay.
Sort of like a proof light, but not quite view.
1886. Yeah, it is proof like, it seems like. Here it seems. How much you want for it?
45.
I'll do 45.
Ever do anything with old casino tokens?
You know, I don't, but I'm down to. How much for the bag?
40% of face, so $2 a piece. They're all $5 chips.
Okay, these all in Vegas?
I think they're mostly Colorado.
Oh.
And I don't know.
$2 each, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll experiment with them.
Yeah, I did a few lots where
if they were Vegas, it'd be a no-brainer. Who's got a gambling problem here? What does this sound do to your brain? Okay, so we got 20, so $40 for the little bag here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've probably sent me packing with this kind of stuff before, but I don't know.
No, well, how much?
$5.
For all of them?
No, well.
Each?
Yeah. They're the later ones. They're not the super common 07, 08, 09. So.
All right, fine.
Not much downside.
3, 4, so 25.
Yeah. Off-center dime. Wait, is there 2 coins here? No, just the one.
Okay. How much for this?
Well,
that's really off-center.
I think it's got to be worth $10.
Yeah, I'll do 10 for this off-center dime. It's really off-center.
Mm-hmm.
That is somebody massively failing at their job at the mint.
Boy, if you like world paper, I need to go through my...
I actually do.
I have thousands of pieces. I just grabbed a little bit right now. Some old Russian stuff from 1909.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's more cool than it is expensive.
And it's at a 90-degree angle to what the most notes are, so the old Russian ones.
Great success.
There's that.
Except in Ukraine. We shit the bed.
Not a lot of variety, but just bulk world poundage. There's a lot of duplications, so I don't know if you want bulk. It's a little over 4.15 pounds.
And how much?
It had to be at $25.
All right, fine. How much?
Oh, I always like the numbers you come up with, and then they talk you down.
You get $200 and less, and then 200 for this one.
See, yeah, look at that. Look, he did it again.
I'm gonna give you 200.
150.
Okay.
Right.
I did very well in the last one. I'll be straight.
Most of these are Liberia $20 coins. They have 20.
There's plated silver.
No, they're actually real silver.
Really?
They're 20 grams of 999.
Who produces these? It's not like Liberia.
Made in Germany.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
All right, that makes a lot of sense.
The history of America, made in Germany,
them, but we would have to
Republic of Liberia. Doesn't that make a lot of sense?
I would do the whole deal at like 2 spot plus 2.
Spot plus $2.
$2 over, yeah.
So it's like 26 an ounce.
Like 8%. Yeah, 26, yeah.
Yeah, that'll work.
Cool.
Oh, look at that. My UK contact with the North Korea stuff just got back to me. He didn't ghost me and he didn't die. Look at that. Unfortunately for him, I found somebody who's no cheaper, so snooze you lose.
So these they're also these in the lot.
Say again, sorry.
It's not an actual coin, so there's a few of those, I guess, in this.
It's like an ounce of silver?
Well, again, 20 grams. It's the same plant.
Interesting, okay.
The thing does say...
It's a bullet turn on one side and opposite of on the other. Interesting, okay. Yeah, I mean, just weigh up the bag and tell me how much it weighs, and I got a scale right here. Okay, so we're at 927.
Yeah, sounds right.
Okay. Don't know how much cash I have.
Okay,
check,
whatever.
okay?
That's great.
Good.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely, pleasure. Good to see you.
Always is.
Yeah, that whole deal, low end's a $2,000 profit. So check this out. We just had, I didn't film the deal, but somebody came in and sold us a shit ton of junk silver, and they bought it 5/17/1986. Now look what they paid. 4.7 times face value. I'm pretty sure this came from the old man. I'm like 90% sure because I recognize his handwriting. $250 worth of junk silver at 11.75, 4.7 times face. Now he didn't sell us all this. He sold us a fraction of this, but we just paid him. We paid him 14 times just now. So what I want to illustrate with this is pretty sure the old man wrote this actually. But this proves my point that I'm always trying to make here on social media. When I first got into this business, or when I first got the tip that the old man was looking for a young person, I said, crazy old guy with all the taxidermy who sells gold and silver to the doomsday preppers? Pass. And that's because I didn't understand the fundamentals of precious metals and how they play a role in the economy and how they are historically the safest place you can park your money. Is it going to triple overnight? No, it's not cryptocurrency. It's also not going to go to zero overnight. It's one of the oldest forms of money outside of sex, precious metals. What you see here with this receipt is proof of what I'm always talking about. Your money is safe in precious metals. It adapts to inflation. Right now, it's having a tough time doing that. It's still doing it. This guy here paid 4.7 times face value, meaning each dime was 47 cents. And then I paid him today 15 times, and I'm gonna get probably 19 times. So 4.7 in, 15 out, that's 320%, right? Just at a quick sell value. He could have twisted me for 16 times. I would have paid it. He didn't. I think it was because he knew what he paid back then. Now again, did it explode in value? No. In fact, adjusted for inflation, it did better than inflation, not by much, but still safer than putting in a treasury bond. Can certainly be safer than putting into cryptocurrency. Take it from the guy who had a $3,000 investment last year in 2020, or no, I'm sorry, 2 years ago in 2021. My $3,000 investment went up to 18,000, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna ride this out to $1 million. And then it went almost to zero just a few months later. So, precious metals, you guys, are the answer. This right here, I'm gonna probably keep this receipt. It's a great talking piece, and it just proves the point that I'm trying to make here on social media, educating young people about precious metals. The fact that it's not for crazy doomsday preppers and everything that your imagination runs to when you think, I buy gold and silver. Just diversify your money, but your portfolio, in my opinion, should include precious metals, gold, silver, platinum.
He's a creepy old man in a windowless van who wants to babysit the con artist can.
Oh God, here this fucker comes. It's out in the car?
Yeah.
All right. Creepy old man in the windowless. There's a fucking copy of my book. How the fuck did he get that? Oh, he's a smoker too. Yeah, he's a smoker. Okay. Something tells me we have more estate sale finds. Should probably be careful getting my fingerprints on this vehicle. All right, let's see what we got here. This one's more vintage. Kind of like this. Little piggy jar. Oh, we have a pair here. Look at that. Guarantee a grandpa is saying something old-timey and racist to the white snowman. What the fuck is this? The David Frankman portfolio. I have a fantasy every summer about buying a convertible. And if I bought this, I would just pretend that I have this and drive around like yelling into it. Business! 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 This is fun. Norman Rockwell porcelain figurines, September 1980, caught in the act, handcrafted in Japan. I do see these kind of live. Actually, come to think of it, I see them because of you. This isn't the same artist as last time, is it?
I'm not sure. Dude.
Similar style. You ever go to estate sales?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, here and there.
And that's actually pretty decently done.
I'd come up to $40.
How much?
$40.
Here.
Take it? Okay. Well, you should have perked up when I said that. Let me get you.
Hey, are you sure? I want you to make money in this stuff, Evan.
We'll find out. I think 40 is okay. Okay, here's $40 for you, sir.
Hey, bless you. Thank you so much.
I'll let you keep this bag here.
Okay, thanks.
I'm gonna keep your trash bags though, because I can make use of them.
Sure.
There, I blacklight them. All right, well, thanks for coming by. When I said antiques dealer, he gave me a look like he gave me. I saw right through his soul. Like that was an evil look he gave me. That scared me a little bit. Like I feel like I've seen him for the first time. Just looking at him saying that. As far as this shit goes, there's one of these Norman Rockwells for $50. There's another one for 14 on eBay, so we'll see. Okay, these paintings, I'll tell you, I don't know who the fuck H.H. Telly is, but these came from an estate sale. Probably double my money on this deal. Don't we love the con artist gang? Yeah. Oh, until we see him on the FBI's top 10 most wanted. I was, this is funny. I was chatting with Brad Goss this morning. He's gonna be coming on the program very soon, and I'm actually teaming up with him on something, but I can't talk. You'll see, it'll be a lot of fun. But so we're talking today on the phone. I'm like, so Brad, how you been? He goes, well, God, ever since September, my life completely changed. I got this book in September, and I blew the fuck up because of this book. And I was like, I said, oh, fuck you. And he goes, what? I'm like, you're making fun of me. What do you mean? I'm like, you got a book in September and your life, he literally said, my life changed forever because of this book. And I said, because I got a book in September and my life changed forever because of a book and I blew the fuck up too. And he's like, what do you mean? I go, the World War II book? He goes, oh, that's right. No, I was talking about my kid's book. My cunt smells like fish. Oh, yeah, a little bit different. I was like, oh, fuck you. I seriously thought he was making fun of me. I got so pissed and I was like, well, not really. I was laughing. I was like, oh, fuck you. Just the look on his face, he was like, what'd I say? Get my cunt smells like fish. There's an antiques dealer who's a very young person. I think he's like 21, and I do a decent amount of business with him. He just sold me this. This is an America First Committee pin. Now, what is the America First Committee? I'll explain. Established September 4th, 1940, and dissolved December 11th, 1941, just a few days after Pearl Harbor. The America First Committee was a committee of citizens and, prominent American citizens and Nazi spies designated solely to keep America, to keep the Allies out of World War II so that Hitler could keep conquering territory. You see, we were kind of proxy warring a little bit as Hitler kept conquering more and more. By mid-1940, he'd taken France, he'd taken, I guess he hadn't taken, he never did take Britain. He was really fucking trying to take Britain. He was not getting close, but doing a lot of damage. It was pretty scary. So we were very worried that if he took Britain, there was a good chance he'd just take all of Europe. But we didn't want to fight this war. We had just had World War I 2 decades earlier. Very high attrition rate. A lot of Americans weren't quite sure about the cost of the war given the high casualties. Was it worth it? Yes, but so we wanted to stay out of this war. A lot of people did. So the America First Committee took advantage of American neutrality and tried to promote things like, kind of like what we're doing right now in Ukraine, giving them weapons but not putting boots on the ground. Such prominent citizens in the America First Committee included Charles Lindbergh, who's a total fucking bastard, and Senator Gerald P. Nye. Now, Charles Lindbergh, interestingly, did go on to fly over 50 combat missions in World War II. Anti-Semite, Nazi sympathizer. We have Charles Lindbergh Terminal here in Minneapolis, and I fucking for the life of me cannot understand why we haven't renamed it. Lindbergh was arguing that FDR was sentimental towards the Brits, and we didn't actually need to help them, and by giving them weapons and supplies like we were doing, we were just making a problem for tomorrow. Another prominent person who's in the America First Committee, it had over 800,000 members at its height, and it was only around for a little over a year. The owner of the Chicago Tribune. So a lot of really influential people were pushing this neutrality. And before Pearl Harbor, it was a pretty easy sell. A lot of Americans really didn't want to get involved in this war. But then Pearl Harbor happened. Had Pearl Harbor not happened, had the Japanese not attacked like they did, there's a really good chance the Axis could have won the war. America came in at the perfect time. Now, the committee was dissolved December 11th, 1941. Pearl Harbor happened 4 days earlier. So it was like, as soon as this happens, FDR is like, nope, you guys are done. We're going to war.
A date which will live in infamy.
Another interesting fact, neither here nor there, Hitler didn't know that Japan was going to attack. They never told him. And then, because they had a pact, which had never been tested before, it was like, Japan was like, so you got us, right? We didn't tell you about this, but you're going to declare war on America too. And Hitler was like, yeah, I guess so. Big mistake. So now these America First Committee pins are out there. They are pretty collectible because they, like I said, it was only around for a little over a year, so they didn't make too many of them. Low end, you can get one for $10. High end, you can get one for a couple hundred. Maybe that's kind of the ceiling. I would think the pin I have there is probably worth about $75. There's not a whole lot of examples out there. I looked online. I couldn't find a single one like that.
It's an okay shape. But really quickly, and just an interesting thing to think about, because I love talking about alternate history. It's, well, in this case, fun is not quite the right word, because the alternate here is if the Nazis had won, which I wouldn't be here, as we know, because I say it all the time. In Man in the High Castle, one of my favorite shows, terrible ending, but so fascinating, it's so good until the end. Man in the High Castle's timeline, the Axis win the war, and they win the war because FDR is assassinated in 1933 by some disgruntled jackass. So there's no New Deal, which means there's no economic recovery plan, which means the Depression goes longer in America. There's no Lend-Lease Act, so this proxy war that we start fighting right off the bat never happens. And as a result, World War II goes 7 years and the Axis win, because all this stuff that we're doing to ramp up World War II never happens, and it does make a huge difference. So in other words, the America First Committee, what they were chasing, would have led to the Axis victory. Had Pearl Harbor not happened, there's a damn good chance the Axis could have won. Could have. Would they have? Who knows? It's an alternate history. It's made up mumbo jumbo, but it's fun to think about. Charles Lindbergh is a bastard. We gotta change that fucking name. You guys are about to have Mr. Blake Alma from CoinHub on the program, but before we sit down and chat, once again, I sincerely want to thank the episode sponsor, Reaper Precious Metals. Again, you guys use promo code PAWNMAN to get 5% off hand-poured superior silver bullion products. There's a link in the video description below. Please support Reaper Precious Metals. Follow him on social media. Give him business. He's given me a lot of business in sponsoring these episodes. It really helps a ton to have a supporter like this. So go check him out. And with that, let's sit down and chat with CoinHub. What's going on, you guys? We're Between the Pawn. I'm Evan, and joining me, CoinHub. You were on the program last year. This is my first interview of the year. It's my first Between the Pawn of the year coming back. And really glad to have you back. How was your 2022?
Best part about 2022 is, would be the growth I've had on Instagram. So that's been pretty fun. Then my new love for Whatnot, being a partner with them and live streaming on there. So that's probably been the biggest highlight of the year for CoinHub. And I imagine that's a pretty big highlight for you as well. So,
one of them, I had quite a year, as I'm sure you've seen.
Yeah. Yeah,
still alive.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have the battle.
Okay, so you kind of brought it up, and let's segue into it. So, Blake, I have you here largely. You're kind of a companion piece to my Pawn Man episode from last week, which was Whatnot versus eBay. I joined Whatnot 9 weeks ago. That's it. Motherfucker, my revenue at my store is up a third. A third. In that little a time, because of how significant it is, the amount of sales that I'm doing, and just what it's doing for my business. Why don't you tell me about your experience with Whatnot? I guess I'll tell you a little bit about mine, because I had some encounters with them before I joined, and we'll kind of go from there.
Sure. I actually knew what Whatnot was before they reached out to me, because I like football cards a lot. So they have a really big platform for auctioning for football cards. So they're like, well, I like to say they're like TikTok and Instagram live streaming.
Yeah, I say it's
eBay
TikTok
integrated
meets
into
eBay. That's when people ask.
That's exactly how I articulate it as well. So it's a really great platform. So I was familiar with it. So he sent me an email back in, I don't know, April or May, introducing himself and what he wanted. And I wasn't really all in on the coin thing yet. I was kind of focused that my full-time job was in the relationship. I was focused on those rather than focusing on pursuing a career in coins. And then, I got kind of tired of my full-time job, and then that relationship ended. So I decided to focus all my time into coins. And so I went full throttle on Whatnot, and boom, it went. And rest is kind of history. So, I bring a lot of my followers from TikTok, Instagram, Facebook over to Whatnot. And so I say about 80% of people who buy from me are not people who are already native to Whatnot, but people that I brought over from my platform. And so I absolutely love it. So, I don't sell anything too big on the platform because I'm not a full-time coin dealer. If you want to call me an influencer, that's, I guess, what I am. And so my primary goal is to bring in new users to the Whatnot platform, which the end goal is to obviously become a full-time coin dealer. But right now, my focus is growing the coin platform on Whatnot because it's relatively small, because it's kind of new. They introduced it in February, and so it's just coming up on a year. And so my guess, it's probably has about 10 to 20,000 users in the coin department there. And so I'm hoping that grows over the course of, a year or two, and it becomes bigger than eBay,
But therein lies the advantage, in that we are new to the punch. We are the early influencers, early adapters on it. We have big followings already. We don't have a whole lot of competition on there. There's people mostly selling like collectibles, Pokemon cards, sneakers, not a whole lot of coin dealers. And I really like that, especially because I have, I'm selling North Korean coins on there. I'm the only guy on there doing it because I'm the only guy who can find them. But that niche that is providing me, there's so many people coming to my auctions just because they want to get that. And just, other coins that I sell a lot of high-end coins on there. Nobody else is really selling them on there. It's really nice to be first to the punch, because I think in a year,
2 years, this thing will be flooded with dealers. It'll be a lot more competitive. But by being these early people on there, we have a huge advantage.
Really new, and I think it's really the future of buying coins.
The future of all online auctions.
I think the future of coin collecting rests in the hands of social media, whether, as you like to say, boomers, whether boomers want to accept that or not, it is. And so boomers don't accept the idea that the coin industry is changing, and it's going for the internet.
So how did you go about getting your audience on there? And kind of what was your learning curve with when you first started selling?
I can take bragging rights over something. I don't know if I'm really supposed to say it, but I'm going to. I am the #1 referral partner with Whatnot. I produce more referrals. Yeah, I produce more
I'm
referrals
envious.
than
You must
anyone
make
else.
a lot of money. I'm envious.
You know, I do pretty well with referrals. So, and I have full-time staff, not full-time staff, but I have a staff that works full-time hours, and they do a lot of live streaming for me there. And so we do pretty well. I learned that we do more than Pawn Stars and referrals, which, I mean, beating Chumlee and Corey, I feel like that's kind of accomplishment, you know? And so,
kudos. Wow, that is impressive. I might need to brag about this. I might. Damn, that is really impressive. Good for you.
You have to really sit down and articulate to your social media following what Whatnot is, how it works, and what to do with the sign-up credit. Because everyone, for your link, for my link, gets a free $15 gift card just for signing up to Whatnot, which is pretty neat. And I sell cheap stuff. I don't sell you the big stuff because that's not my focus right now. It will become my focus, but right now I'm trying to build up my following on Whatnot. And I'm using the small stuff to lure those people in. So they're I'll sell silver quarters, and they're virtually getting that for free using your $15 credit, which is pretty neat. And so it's been really easy for me to convert them. Like, hey, you like coins? Come over here, get one for free. You have to pay $4 for shipping. That's it. We ship them next day. Boom, and that's it. And I'll tell them what Whatnot is, how it's a it's $4 billion company. They're competing with eBay. They've been featured in Forbes over and over and over again. I articulate what that is. And it really, sells the idea. And they go over there, and then I can't believe how many people join my lives. It's like, dude, you got me hooked on Whatnot. It's so easy, and it's easy as a seller too.
How many items a week would you say you're shipping out?
Probably close to about 300-ish items, give or take.
Okay.
Something like that.
So I mean, I'm doing more expensive items, though. I will say what I have discovered.
I'm saying 300 shipments, not items. Items would be bigger than that, maybe 500 to 600. But
okay, so yeah, we're probably about the same then. It's just mine a little bit probably higher dollar. The only thing I don't like about Whatnot is the bots, and I did not address this in my YouTube monologue last week. The bots, they gotta fix that. When you do a giveaway and suddenly
that's insane, yeah.
You go from you had 80 people watching and suddenly now there's 200, and then as soon as you give it away, you're back down to 80, like that. That's a problem.
I mean, this will help you a lot, and I'll tell your viewers this. When you guys use his referral link to sign up, you get that $15 gift card. You won't see the credit there at your checkout screen. I don't know why that's the case. It doesn't show you, but after you complete the purchase, you'll see the credit was applied. It's one of the things I don't like about Whatnot. They do not display the credit.
I've heard
so I have to sell that to my audience and be like, it's there, but you just don't see it, which, that's a big leap of faith. I think they're going to fix that here soon. And then the sign-up process is kind of tedious. You have to use the link, download the app, sign in the app, verify a billion different things, put in your payment.
Not for you and me, but for everyone else, yeah.
It's a little bit of a process, and I really think since they're a new company, they'll improve on that.
Their app needs a lot of work. They're definitely it's getting better. I've noticed in just the last couple of weeks, it's getting better. But it's not as polished as eBay because I don't have enough money. Just because I'm running a storefront here, I got to do accounting, and I got to go through when you're packaging shit up. They don't just give you what you earn from a sale. You got to add it all up yourself because you hit receipt, you hit view, and then it gives you after the commission. And it's not always it fucks around a little bit here and there. It seems.
Whatnot lawyers, it seems.
So that's eating up time in an unnecessary way, and I don't like that.
Have you gotten a strike yet of any kind? I guess you're not controversial like I am.
They did send me an email because I want to get as many people onto the app and spend their credit as possible, not just because I want to get paid my referral bonus. That's an added bonus, of course. But in the long run, I want them to be returning customers. And if they don't spend their $15 credit, well, then they're not going to be a returning customer. So I message everyone that follows me, which I get probably 40, 50 followers a day from my platform. I just message them. I'm like, hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. If there's anything I can do to help you with the Whatnot platform, don't hesitate to ask. here's how your $15 credit works. So I send that to everyone. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's copy and pasted. But then they emailed me, it's like, hey, you're spamming. And I'm just like, well, you guys pay me to do this. And then they fixed it. They let it go. That was the
That's
only
a little
flag.
annoying. That's a little annoying.
Yeah. I was just like, guys, this
Want me to
is
push
what
this
you want.
fucker or not? Because that's what spamming is.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's my job. It's what they're paying me to do. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get it done. So I mean, since we last talked, I think we talked in, I don't know, August or September of last year. CoinHub wasn't a business. I incorporated. I was just starting, roll with it full time. Not necessarily full time, but like part time. I was spending a lot of time with it. Now it's full time. I have a store. I mean, by a store, I have an office.
Well, do you have any advice for people that are just signing up for Whatnot? I haven't been referring too many sellers myself. This is the future. eBay, I think over the next 10 years, we are going to see eBay continue to shrink, and Whatnot is going to take over this market. They're going to expand in new ways. They might start with a service very similar to eBay. I mean, I can't imagine it'd be hard to program something like eBay and just integrate that. I probably wouldn't use it, but it'd be nice to have everything that eBay has and then some.
Since you've only been around for 9 weeks, and it took me a while to get the hang of producing referrals. It took me like 2 months before I started seeing those numbers come through the way I wanted to. I kind of set a goal for myself. I'm like, hey, I want to hit this many referrals today. I want to bring this many people over. I want them to experience the Whatnot app. You have to relate to them. You got to understand that, if you've never heard of Whatnot and you're giving them a free $15 gift card, it kind of sounds a little conny. So you got to elaborate what Whatnot is, how it works, why it benefits you. I bluntly tell them, say, hey, if you spend the credit, you're supporting me as a creator. So please go do that. I'm very blunt about that. It's free to you. For me, I sold the silver quarter, so they're getting that for free for signing up. So I'm like, hey, it's free for you. You just pay $4 for shipping. You're supporting one of your favorite coin guys on the internet. We'd appreciate it a whole lot. And then I walk them through it. I show them the actual process of how it works. So, I try to be really articulate and verbally clear on what we're doing. And so that way they fully understand. But here's the great part. They can request to cancel their order. And so I'm like, hey, if you get charged full price, just cancel your order, and we'll accept that. It's not a problem. So I try to convey the message best I can and explain how amazing Whatnot is, how it's just like how we go live on TikTok and Instagram, but it has eBay integrated into it. So if you like what we do here, you can come over and just watch us, and we have giveaways. Be a part of the giveaways. If you want to spend your $15 credit, that's great. If you don't, that's cool. Just watch it, be a part of the giveaways. It's a fun vibe.
All right, well, Blake, I want to thank you again for coming by. You guys, please follow Blake. He's at CoinHub on TikTok, at CoinHubs on Instagram. He's also a seller on Whatnot like me. We're going to be doing some joint stuff together in the future, so look for that. Follow him and follow me. I'm at Evan Kale at Pawnman. Let me know if you guys want to become a Pawnman sponsor. If you like this video, be sure you give it a thumbs up. Hit that notification button so you guys know when new episodes of Pawnman are coming out. And I'll see you guys back here for another Between the Pawn and more great interviews coming in 2023. Thanks, Blake, and thanks, guys.
Thanks.